Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. You're just in time to catch us here on 3T TV, which is Thika's #1 online news channel, where we are telling the Thika story as it is. My name is Mbithe Mulwa, and today I'm bringing you a segment that we are calling Women in Leadership. This is where we will be having conversations with women in this great country of ours who are making strides in leadership wherever they are. I hope that by the end of this segment, if you have not subscribed, we will have given you a good reason enough to. So let us dive right into it. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good afternoon, and thank you to T3 TV. I appreciate this time you've given me to have a conversation with you concerning women in leadership, and you are welcome.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'd like us to get right into it. Kindly introduce yourself. Let us know who we are talking to.
Yeah. My name is Mbithe Mulwa from Machakos, and I'm the party leader of Empowerment and Liberation Party, a party which was formed 2017. And not only that, being a party leader, I'm aspiring for a gubernatorial position at Machakos County.
Awesome, that is great. You are a party leader, and we have seen mostly that women excel so much in the corporate world and out there, but they're not coming out in politics much to say. What is your take on that?
I think it's quite unfair. It's a challenge for women, and by look at things, even when it comes to starting from the MCAs, MPs, whatever, apart from the woman rep, women are lacking behind so much that you wonder, when we do the census of Kenya, women were the majority. But then when it comes to politics, we are nowhere to be found. And it's a shame, and it's a sad thing to see women seeking for nominated seats, and they feel that is a favor they are being done. They are seeking for gender equality, but they are not being participators of politics, elective politics. Because as for me, when I formed the party, I formed it because I felt women, we tend to observe and do politics from the peripheries. We don't want to come inside, because most people, they think politics is not for them. And I just want to tell women, if we know what politics just means, a simple thing like politics are just activities associated with decision making, associated with resource distribution and sharing of powers and position. Those are politics. And the politics can be office politics, they can be church politics, they can be family politics. So politics, sometimes they think it's a monster. It involves activities of sharing positions, powers, resources, and decision making. So if we don't join in politics, we are giving our rights away in making decisions, in sharing resources, and at the end of the day, whatever is cooked at that level, it will never reach us, because they are sharing positions, they are sharing of power. And that's why we see women, even in the corporate world, they are very few. Because when the decisions of sharing powers were being made, they were not involved. Somebody had just to feel kind for them and mercy for women and say, you to party a few women. Let's give women this one, so that, because that kind of thing. It should be the other way around. If we are the majority, we should be the one holding more positions in politics, in corporate world, and we can now nominate our brothers and our sisters, brothers and our uncles and fathers and so forth. So that's what I have to say about women in politics. So I'm calling all women in Kenya. I'm calling all women in Kenya to come out and participate in politics. It is not a bad thing, and there is nothing to fear. that's my take.
Awesome. Empowerment Liberation Party is a party that you lead. When did you form that party and what prompted you to form a party?
Thank you so much for that question, because Empowerment Liberation Party was formed 2017, but this time we are participating in active politics. Why I formed this party is because, according to the Constitution of Kenya 2010, it allows multipartyism, many parties. And I say this is a big opportunity where we are not running with one party, where a party controls everybody who want to enter elective politics. When this party was formed, what I have in mind was to provide a platform where anybody from any quarter with any background interested in politics can come and compete and get an opportunity. It provides access and a chance for any Kenyan from any corner. It's not a regional party, it's a national party, to enter into politics without intimidation. You don't need to have connections. You just call the number and you are given opportunity to buy. And it's because I felt that after looking the way things are going on, there are certain people who have been in office for a long time. It looks like a process of handing over or consultation of a few individuals who are repeated year after year, every 5 years, same faces. Nobody wants to retire. So I felt we need a new party which can introduce new people, new faces into politics. And more so is because I feel that with the right people coming with our party, they will form a government which will make sure that the natural resources, economical resources, they are all shared equally. But if we just beat some people who don't want to leave office, then that's why you find the gap between the poor and the rich is just increasing. And I say this with all due respect. I felt that in Kenya we have a group of people I call them silent majority. Silent majority are most of the time silent sufferers. And these are the people who are capable of managing the resources of this country. They are capable of running this country. They are educated people. Some might not be very educated, but they have the quality and ability to manage the resources of these people. And that's why sometimes when politicians enter office, they take a few to run as administrators, like central bank government, like treasury, that kind of thing, to run, and even parastatal institutions. They are the people they pick. But they are the majority, they cannot be absorbed there. We need them to join politics. And I'm saying with all this with due respect. With Empowerment Liberation Party, we are not concerned about politicians. We are trying to recruit leaders, administrators, because if we give the position to politicians to join politics with that mindset, they are the people who give promises all the time. Politicians, they give promises all the time. After this, you put me in, I'll do this. You elect me, I'll do this for you. But they never do it. But if we elect leaders, a leader will always be concerned about the future generation. A leader is concerned about the unborn child the unborn citizen of this country, the ones who are born, about their education, about their employment, and even retirement benefits. In other words, we know the Constitution of 2010, it gives every Kenyan a right for education, for clean water, good health services, affordable, and equal sharing of resources. We are not seeing it that way because in Kenya, I think the poor are more than the rich. So with this party, we have in mind this has to change, and every Kenyan has a right to have access to all the resources.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a very good narrative.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned that you're vying for a seat come August 2022. You're vying to be the next governor of Machakos County.
Yes, yes.
What plans do you have for Machakos County?
I think for Machakos County, it's very interesting. When I went around to meet the people in Machakos, I was going to market the party and the aspirants who are aspiring with the party. But when I went around halfway, the people told me, we need you as a governor. And it's unfortunate, when I went around, what I saw is not different from other counties. Because when I meet aspirants from other counties, and all Kenyans are speaking the same thing. In Machakos, the thing we are lacking is unfortunate, by the way, that if I enter that office, there are no projects I'm going to be handed over to carry on. Or projects I'll be told, this one maintain or this one complete, apart from some flowers which are planted along the road, and they are being handed over to me. That's the only project I saw. But I'll be handed flowers to maintain, and there's no water to water them. So what I said, when I go there, the first thing I'll uproot them and make a dual carriage, so that at least that single lane going to the Machakos town, it has to be dual carriage, because I expect a lot to happen in that place, a lot of development. And just to be brief, the most important thing which is lacking in Machakos are the services. Hospitals are there are no drugs. The staff are very demoralized because they are not paid. And I can tell you for a fact, there's not even water most of the time. Health services are also distant from the residents of Machakos. I think the first thing we need in Machakos, we lack proper leadership. A person who is going to put the resources in order so that people enjoy the benefits of what the central government is giving us. It's a pity that Machakos for the last 10 years has received more than 100 billion. That means about 10 to 12 billion every year, but there's nothing to show for. After going around, the roads are not there. Leave around Maram roads, there are no roads. Even when a person passes on, they have to carry them on their shoulders about 5 kilometers because of lack of road. People are carrying coffins. Children are, there's a place in Yata where some people carrying coffins, told me they were almost carried by a river, a seasonal river, because there is no bridge. A bridge which doesn't need much. I feel Machakos needs a leader, an administrator, who will be sincere, open, and put the resources where they belong. Again, there's a problem of unemployment of our youth. They will finish university, colleges, school, and they are very idle. And another thing, there is no waste disposal plant system. So it's unfortunate that can create a health hazard. So that one has to be dealt with. And much more we have to do in Machakos. And I think these things, some affect other counties as a whole, but I feel if every year something is done, in 5 years, I don't want a lot of time. I want to be evaluated every year to see how much I've achieved with the people of Machakos. Yeah.
Now, seeing to it that this is the first time that you're vying. You are a party leader. What are some of these challenges that you have faced, and especially as a woman?
That's a nice question. One thing I want to say, when I go out there, and anytime I'm taking a challenge, I don't step out as a woman. I step out as a leader, as a Kenyan, and it's because all this is in the mindset. And that's why I'm calling women to come out in big numbers, because it's a mindset which is putting women in the back seat. And I say this with due respect, because when we go to school as female students, we do not do a special exam because we are women. We don't pay less school fees because we are women. We do the same exams we pay the same school fees. We are not given fewer years to spend in school because we are women. Based on that, I wonder where the difference comes when we come to the corporate world, to the political world, because we are the same people. It's a high time women, we change our mindset that we are just there. We are just to be seen. Our place is the kitchen. So I'm asking Kenyans this time to give us, women, an opportunity to serve Kenyans, to see whether we can bring the change every Kenyan is yearning for.
Now, as we come to the end of this wonderful discussion, I'd like you to probably talk to the people of Machakos facing the camera and give them a few words.
Thank you so much. To the people of Machakos, I want to tell you, I love you so much. You are wonderful people, because Machakos is a cosmopolitan county. We have got people from all other tribes in Kenya, and we have accommodated them. So I'm telling people of Machakos, whether you are a Mukamba or whatever tribe you are in Machakos, I want you to wake up this time so that you can elect me as your governor, so that I promise to make sure that the development you are yearning for, the resources you are not enjoying, they will be distributed equally up to the village, to the extent that we are not going to have women carrying mitungis, those are jerrycans on their backs, because as your governor, I'll make sure that the water is accessible to all of you. I'll make sure that hospitals have got drugs, and not only that, we'll build new ones which are near the people, so that you don't need to walk far to look for medical services. We have a lot of natural resources, the sand, the ballast, all the factories which produce most of the commodities like cement, which is used all over in East Africa, is made in Machakos. So I can say Machakos people, Machakos is the richest county after Nairobi. I want to tell you that with those resources, I'm going to make sure that the money is distributed equally. The jobs we need in Machakos are not in Nairobi, they are not in Mombasa, they are in Machakos. So we'll make sure that everybody is taken care of. Not to mention that we have got some old people who were very productive one time, but now they are not able to work because of their advanced age. And they are not productive. My government is going to have a circle where we have allowance for such old people, so that an old mama, an old mzee has got a kit where when they want to meet their age mates, they can go to the shopping center and buy even a bottle of soda for themselves. Not to mention that every child has right for education. When children are being given bursary of only 2,000, what do you do with the 2,000 bursary? I want to tell people of Machakos, bursary is your right. It's not a privilege. It's your right. And you have to be given enough so that it caters for the school fees, for those who cannot afford, the orphans. There are people who are even two parents, but they can't afford. The other thing is about the roads. I want to make sure that every area, the roads are well done. We do not, even if they are not tarmacked, we can have murram roads which are properly done, which can accommodate vehicles and human traffic. So people of Machakos, here I am. You are the one to make the decision. I know we are several aspirants for gubernatorial seat. I just want to say I'm grateful to be part of the race, and time will tell. And I ask Machakos people, please consider Madam Mbithe Mulwa as one of your own. Give me a chance to serve you. I'm not coming as your boss. I'm coming as your servant, because you are the one who will employ me. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you for those remarks. And we here as a team, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rose Mulwa, who is Party Leader, Empowerment Liberation Party. My name is Juliet Modoni. Until next time, take care.